Don't move. Turn your fantasy football into reality. Here's CJ.
Right? I'm glad you missed that. Hey, I'm CJ. Welcome back to the Dirty Landry. I'm going to call it the Dirty Landry experience because this last week has not been kind to one of the teams that I have run with my son in one of the fantasy leagues that we're in. Let's just say we're 0-4, soon to be 0-5. Thank you very much, DJ Moore, for destroying our weekend fantasy hopes on Thursday night. A hat trick. Come on, 200 yards. You know what? So any hope that we had of our season, I mean, officially 0-5 in a 14-team league is pretty much the death knell. So the team that we thought was going to be able to at least get in the playoffs and compete for a top 4 position has been, well, let's say disappointing to say the least. So here's what we did. I'm doing this, I'm showing you this as a way to show you how you can destroy and rebuild a team without tanking and without, selling off players for draft picks. This is because draft picks, let's face it, in a 14-team league, draft picks, if you have the first draft pick overall, great, but your next one's not till 15. How much is that going to help? And then you're picking 29 and 43 and so forth. Those players, I mean, they don't help you right away. So what we thought we would do is take some of the veterans that we have and see if we can get some of those last year high draft picks and insert them onto our team and see how we could do. We're already thinking next year, but I think from what we've done, I think you'll agree when you look at this and say, hey, that's actually not so bad as a rebuild. We're not winning a championship this year, so let's put something up on the board here. Let me see if I can do this right this time. Okay, so I did get it right. That's who we traded away. Matt Stafford, Jamal Williams, Kareem Hunt. You can see why we thought we might be better. Gus Edwards, Dallas Goedert, A.J. Dillon, Emmanuel Wilson's on the Packers practice squad, as you know, and K.J. Osborne. Every single one of those we thought was going to play better or do better than they did. I guess Stafford was okay, but I mean, really, there's our season in a nutshell. So what we did was we received, in exchange for those, we received these guys. I like these guys. Kenny Pickett, Michael Wilson, Jaden Reed, Tyler Algier, Tank Bigsby, Greg Dulcich, Adam Troutman, well, you never know. A second-round pick, a fourth-round pick, and Trey Palmer. I really like Trey Palmer down in Tampa. I think he's going to turn into something, maybe not right away, but he's already shown that he's going to contribute to the offense there. So what that did to our team was this. It got rid of an average age of 27.7, and brought in an average age of 23.4 plus a couple of picks. And that saved us 34 years of player activity. You look at it that way, that there's 34 years of experience that went out the window in exchange for a rebuild, younger players. But I don't have to go into the draft and wonder who I've got. These are all guys that we picked up that have established themselves at least a little bit in the short term, and I know they're playing, like Reed and Wilson and so forth. So it's not that much of a gamble, at least it's not as much as taking picks and hoping you get somebody in the second round or fourth round or first round that's going to help you next year. So a lot of these guys have been contributing. So what does that do for our team? Well, here's the quarterbacks now. I don't think that's bad. Fields is starting to play well. Love has been pretty good this year, and Pickett. So there's a good young base of quarterbacks, one quarterback league. The tight ends, well, I could use probably a better tight end for now, but that's something we can work on. It's better than working on what we had. Then we're going to look at the running backs. Now, I do like the running back room. Look at that. The only one that's sort of on that list that really doesn't belong there is Donta Foreman. But, with Johnson and Herbert both getting banged up, let's say on Thursday night, there's a good chance that he may become relevant. And to some of the top teams in the league, there's another person that we may be able to swap out in exchange. But this team here, we're hoping to win 3 or 4 games the rest of the year, and then next year be able to compete, making a few minor adjustments along the way. And the one part of our team that I think is turned into pretty special, I think, at this point. I've got Hollywood Brown, Devonta Smith, McLaurin, Reed, Wilson, Shaheed been brilliant some games, and others no, but he's young. Chase Claypool, maybe we got lucky there. Hyatt, Reynolds, these guys. And I got to admit, I'm embarrassed to have, I didn't put it up there, and I won't, but I still have Will Fuller on my team. I can't cut him. We all have that guy. He's my guy. He was so spectacular. I just, one more year. Just come back and play one more year, please. Go play in Kansas City. Ooh, wouldn't that be good? Anyway, that's what we did, and we're happy with that. Send us your comments. Email us your questions. Like, subscribe, and man, I hope that nobody's 0-5. I know you're not, because you're pretty good at this. I'm average this year especially. But little things like age and blowing up on the fly, find a team that's competing and take advantage of that a little bit. I'm CJ. Enjoy week 5.